I should have stayed instead. All stories waking in my head. My wings were whole again, but still I froze before Draekar's name. I knew the tales our people tell, and did not know where stood the blame. Then one man's anger rose too fast, my skin knew what would happen next. I felt the wish beneath his grief to make his hurt become a death. A man with a ring was there when breath was gone. Before I spoke, no warning moved beneath his skin. No hate, no fear, no rush of breath. He made one choice with steady hands, and I felt nothing before death. I know what fear feels like in bone, what grief can do when left alone. But where his hurt should have been, I felt no door, no wound within. All living hearts give something out of fear, a wound, a bitter ache. Sometimes the dark is only pain, not something anyone should break. But he was calm beyond the skin, a face with nothing left beneath. I felt the world grow cold around a man too still, too close to death. At Draekar, every gaze could stay a little longer than it should. Some saw my wings, some saw my eyes, some saw a Solarian where I stood. I felt old fear and tired pride, old wounds the elders could not hide. Their silence held a deeper ache, as if my shape made old scars wake. Then Kale stayed near Ragnar's side, where fire made the dark seem kind. I watched and understood it, then he needed words I could not find. I walked away to breathe alone, past blackened paths and quiet stone. I saw Elira standing near, the man whose silence made me fear. She spoke to him without clear fear, no anger hardened on her face. He answered coldly word by word, as if each thought had found its place. Then something struck beneath his calm, a tiny hurt, a hungry lack. He pushed it down before it grew, then looked at me and turned his back. He knew I felt what he had killed. She touched my face not long before, as if I had been worth that care. No one had held me like that without asking me to be less. I took one step, then stopped again, ashamed of how afraid I came. I went to her before I lost the little courage I could claim. She turned to me and softly said, "Are you alright, my dear?" My heart pulled tight inside my chest. So this was how a mother cared. We spoke of Draekar's fields and rain, of thirsty roofs and heated plain, of Astria calling sky until the clouds were drawn nearby. Elira said the poison ground had marked the paths they traced around. Near northern Draekar, buried deep, it seemed to move, to feed, to creep. I spoke of war I did not know. She said her people guarded well the truths they feared too much to show, and kept their secrets where they fell. The ancient war had spread so wide that four races paid its cost. I listened while the firelight thinned, then thought of Kale and went to him. He sat alone beside the flame, but turned before I said his name. He moved aside to make me room. I leaned against his quiet side. He drew me close and did not hide. I asked if he had learned that night why Draekar eyes turned toward the dark. He nodded once, his voice held tight. I know what I leaned a little more and smiled when his arm moved round my waist. He did that quickly.
You were cold.
I did not say I minded.
Good.
He said it far too quickly, so I laughed before he dared. He looked away, too proud to still. The sound surprised us both at once, and something stirred beside the wood. Dry moss moved around the stone, small leaves pushed through heated ground. White buds opened in the ash without a sound. He stared as if the little leaves had caught him in some hidden crime. I think the ground likes you.
The ground has no opinion.
I laughed against his shoulder, then he held me closer than before. The little leaves kept rising still, and I was not afraid of more.